Good morning from the White Mountains. We are at the East Baldy Trailhead. We're going to go for the north summit. I haven't been up this high in a long time. It's been 5 years since I've been over 10,000 feet.
Cool how that like rock is like layered like straight ahead there.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, weird. Huh.
We've been out of the meadow for a while now in the forest here, which is really beautiful. So far the whole hike has been really nice. I think our starting elevation was around 9,400 feet. We're about 9,800 right now. And the summit should be about 11,400. So 1,600 more feet to go. Just checking out some of these rock formations here along the trail. Yeah, the scenery here is beautiful. Different from what we've been used to, Patrick and I. We're going up through these rock spires here and cliffs. It's really impressive. We're at our first major viewpoint up here. Really awesome. We think we can see Baldy, which I think is directly in the center, furthest back. Maybe over here a little bit. So the trail's been pretty level for a while. We've climbed about, I think 1,100 feet, maybe 1,200. And we should have about 1,000 feet of elevation gain to go to get to the summit, the north summit. Well, eventually this trail will join with the West Baldy Trail somewhere up here, and then Mount Baldy is kind of just west of there. So we'll see what it looks like up here. There's, I think, a path up to the north summit, which may be actually higher than the actual Mount Baldy, which is the south side of the feature. All right, we've reached the trail junction here. That's what you call a rock pile right there. Awesome summit up here. This is really neat. This is the highest point in Arizona outside of the San Francisco peaks, which are just north of Flagstaff. Elevation here is right around 11,400. My altimeter says 11,414. And then the prominence of Mount Baldy is somewhere around 4,000, over 4,000 definitely. Okay, right there is the true summit of Mount Baldy, although it's debatable which point is actually higher, this one or that one. Alright, so the West Baldy Trailhead is that way. It says 8 miles. It says we have 6 miles to the East Baldy Trailhead, but I think I clocked that out at 7 on the way up. Okay, so we have to make our way back east of the peak. The trail will drop really gradually. We'll pass, I think, what's called Mount Thomas, which will be off to our south, and then just continue down the trail. Hardest part of the day is over. Just really dealing with the elevation. We're just checking out this meadow here with all these big purple flowers. So we should have about 4.5 miles back to the trailhead. This trail is very gradual. We've been on a long level stretch for a while now. We're still at 10,500 feet. So we've only come down 900 feet from the summit. Should have about 1,000 or so more of a descent, 1,100, 1,200 feet of descent to get. This is a pretty neat area in here. Trees are really green, pretty dense. Almost seems like we're in Washington or somewhere like that. We're just admiring the size of this tree right here. It's pretty massive. Mike said it looks like a sequoia, which it does.
That's just nuts.
I don't know how tall it is, but it's just pretty huge. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but I can hear some thunder in the distance. We've been hearing it for a little while. We should have just maybe 1.5 miles back, if not a little bit less. I decided to keep going and just get down a little bit lower. It's not going to be much of an elevation drop, but Patrick and Mike took a break a little while back. Mike made it pretty far. He didn't make it to the summit, but this, he said it may have been the longest hike of his life. He probably made at least 10 miles, if not more, which is really good. And yeah, Patrick and I just continued to the summit without him. So Mike is from RV Fishing Adventures YouTube channel. He's lost a decent amount of weight in the past few years and just trying to keep that up and maybe get into hiking and some peak bagging a little bit more. Yeah, I haven't felt this bad on a hike in a long time, if ever. It's just the elevation and the headaches, and I think it's a combination of maybe some dehydration and not getting enough salt and also not getting enough sleep. Alright, well I made it back. I'm just waiting on Mike and Patrick. So yeah, Mike's longest hike, Patrick's highest elevation ever. My probably worst feeling hike ever. But glad to be back. But anyway, we made it. So that was Mount Baldy. One of the Arizona 2,000 foot prominence peaks, and it's ranked pretty high. It has over 4,000 feet of prominence. Well, that's it from here in the beautiful White Mountains at the East Baldy Trailhead. Thank you very much for watching.